Hey, good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, February 15th. Very, very brief little hello podcast. Couple things just to talk about. We do have our last show of our last Big Brother Gossip show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So tune into that if you want to hear Scott, Colette, and myself talk about our thoughts on the finale and other such stuff. I haven't watched any more interviews since yesterday. I haven't done anything other than I spent some time on Twitter last night, and I noticed there just seemed to be a lot of people mad, and a lot of people that decided they were going to go out and just attack certain house guests, and and they're saying, well, she started it. One person seemed to say, well, if you see them doing it, no, you don't have to. You really don't. Specifically Lolo, and I guess maybe Lindsay Lohan maybe went after some people. I haven't seen that yet, but I know with Lolo, she's been pushing back a little bit towards people, and I'm maybe some people think I'm understating the level of it, but it's like, wait a minute, you're engaging her. People kind of intentionally went after her to pick a fight. Because they know that she's going to push back. And so when she... I'm sorry, I'm sitting in a parking garage waiting for someone to move. And no one's moving. So, 1 second, let me pause my thing. Alright, welcome back, me. Sorry, someone seemed to think that there was someone pulling out of a spot, and they were just sitting there waiting, and were piling up behind the person. So it got confusing. Welcome to my world. Yes, most people would just edit that out, but I don't have time. I'm going to put this up there. So we are doing our show tonight. The whole stuff about the it's easy to pick fights with I think with Lolo. I just felt like the thing was I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to I kind of made a joke. I went on her Wikipedia page and did add her second veto to her Wikipedia. Now, her first one was already there. No one else had added the second. I thought, I'm going to put the second on. What the heck? That'll be fun. And it's mostly harmless. And she'd actually said, people go update my Wikipedia with these wins. And so I thought, she can get mad. And anyways, Wikipedia is sometimes controlled, rather heavy-handedly. So I figured someone else would clean it up later if they decided that it wasn't a good thing. And so I tweeted that I'd done that, and I got a couple of pushbacks from people like, you're being mean or something. I was like, she asked for it to be done, but then a couple of other comments came out, and then I tweeted like at the end of the day before I left work something to the extent of congratulations, I didn't, or whatever I said for towards Lolo, it was just directly at her. It was not a public one. It was just an at. Obviously, people that check my timeline can see it. But if you follow both the person who does the at and the person who receives it, it shows up in your timeline. So a couple of people must have seen it. And at least one or two jumped on board with kind of nasty comments towards Lolo about what a bad person she is and how horrible she was. And I thought, I said a nice thing, and somebody else decided to jump on it and say something negative. And to me, it's like, wow. So I say something nice, and they read it, and then directly below it, someone insults them. Why? If you want to insult them, just insult them directly. Don't use my nice tweet as an excuse to be mean. And I kind of read that one, and I thought, you know what? I am going to go on every single house guest's Twitter account and just leave them something somewhat positive. Thank them for being on the show. I mean, they did, it was for some of them over a month of their time that they did it. They got paid for it, sure, but still at the same time, it is a sacrifice. Just say something nice. And so I did that. And again, in a couple of instances, people jumped on with negative comments, and it's just annoying. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you being a dick? Why don't do that to me? And then somebody, well, they're being that way. It's like, no, you don't. He said, she said, or he did it first, she did it first, whatever. At some point, you have to kind of like, no, not doing it. And I have occasionally said something negative towards a house guest. I think in tweets. I mean, obviously on here I've talked about it, but I try not to do it. And so I was trying to do that, be positive, and it just kind of was annoying. For what it's worth, I did get so far. Tom Green liked my comment towards him, which that doesn't surprise me. But the fact that he took the time to see it and say, I like that, it's still an acknowledgement. And then Ricky Williams is the other one so far that I've seen that has actually liked the tweet that I left for him. So, and my tweet for Ricky was not overly fond. It was just like, thanks for taking the time for sure. No, blah. I don't remember what I said. It doesn't matter. But he did like it. So, and my goal was not to go out and get likes from these celebrities or to hope to start some kind of an interplayer interaction. Obviously, if it happened, it'd be kind of interesting, but I wasn't looking to. And Ricky didn't tweet at me. He just liked the tweet. And so I happened to notice it last night. So just think about that before you get super negative. And I'm guessing most of the people that hear this aren't going to be in that group anyways. But just if you feel the urge to really yell and scream at a house guest that was in the house because you're mad at what they did, I just don't know what any of them could have done in the house that was so bad that it deserves. What did they do? I mean, they gave after each other. There was these calls of bullying and these whole negative talk, but that's the pressure of being in the house. My biggest complaint, like in Big Brother 19, there was some active meanness and trying to. I mean, look at the stuff that went on there. The stuff that went on generally in Celebrity Big Brother was more in the room griping to each other, and possible gamesmanship and this whole he's attacking women, but it wasn't yelling at someone in the back, screaming at someone in the backyard, getting people to gang up on somebody. Now go say this, now go do this. That stuff wasn't going on in Celebrity. So it's just a different level, and I just don't think anything that happened in the Celebrity Big Brother house was worthy of the kind of attacks that I've seen going on, like towards Lolo and stuff. I just don't think it's worth it. So those are my thoughts. I'll get off my soapbox now and remind you we do our show tonight, and thanks for listening. Oh, and let's see what else. Spreaker has now auto-naming and giving episodes. I'm like at 300, this is like 353. Wow, we've done a lot of these. Yes, and one more thing, that don't forget about the ads at the end. Apologies for those, but thank you for listening. I'm still debating whether I'm going to turn them off. I don't know. No one's giving me any feedback. Only feedback I ever got was a couple of weeks ago. Someone said that they know it helps out Spreaker too, so they're okay with it. If nobody's complaining, I don't think I'm getting less listens because of commercials at the end of this thing, so I'm just leaving them there for now. I think it's up to about $30 since December that it's rolled in, but it'll stop now because I won't be doing any of these. And I don't think the revenue seems to die off pretty quickly after I do one. I don't think they hang around. Plus, I don't get people listening. A month from now, the odds of somebody listening to this is pretty darn slim. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I got to get to work. Have a happy Friday, and I will hopefully talk to most of you tonight on the Big Brother Gossip Show. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.